Hey, it's Brittany Runs LA, and today was my marathon day. As you can see, I got my big medal, and I completed my very first marathon. Um, so I'm going to talk about it. I'm a little emotional just because I think I'm really tired and just like the struggle that I went through to achieving this goal of mine. But yeah, it was really special. Today was a very special day in my life. So starting with yesterday, I couldn't sleep the entire night. I didn't sleep one week, and I was just really nervous. I heard my heart was pounding throughout the entire night, as if like I took a Red Bull or I was like on drugs or something. And then I had to go to the marathon. There was nothing that I could do, but I didn't sleep not even 1 minute last night before running. And I was kind of scared because I didn't want to injure myself. I wanted to complete the marathon, and I didn't know if I was going to have the energy because I just didn't sleep and I didn't get that rest that I needed. I've never, ever not slept and went for a run. Never. But I had to do it. So my friend slept over, and in the morning she drove me to the marathon. We ate a big breakfast, and I went to the marathon. I had to use the bathroom like 2 times before we could even get started, because I just felt like I had to pee. I was drinking so much water to stay hydrated. And then I found like the corral where it was my timing, and then the race started. It took a little bit of time to get to the start line, and my first mile was a little slow, but that's just because there was still the crowds and you just couldn't move through the crowds. There were so many hills. The first 5 miles, I thought to myself, I may not be able to complete this marathon just based off of like how I felt. And I was tired. I could feel it in my face. I felt it like in my head, and I was like, I should have slept. But I continued on. And when I got to about mile 9 is where I was like, no, I'm doing good. I can complete this marathon. From 9 all the way to 18, it was solid, it was strong. I kept the same pace the entire way for 20 straight miles. I did. Halfway through mile 20, I got disoriented. I happened to like touch my arms, or maybe I touched my face, and it was numb. Everything was numb. And I was like, where am I? Because I was so tired. I was just not myself. So I stopped, and I finally walked for the first time at mile 20, or halfway through 20. And I walked for about 10 to 15 minutes max, until I had the strength to keep running. I felt sick. I thought I was going to pass out. And it wasn't like my legs or my body that was sore, because my body could keep going. It was just, I was tired and my brain just couldn't like comprehend what was going on. It was just too much, and I just felt all this tingly feeling all in my brain. So I reached out to my family, who had been texting and calling me the whole time, and I told them that I am walking. I didn't feel well, but that I am okay and I'll run when I feel better. And then my friend was at mile 21, and it just like gave me the strength to just go and run the rest of it. And with everything that my family said to me too, I was like, I can do this. And so I got back to running after walking for like 10-15 minutes, and I got back to my same pace, and I completed the marathon. It was amazing. It was the hardest thing I think I've ever done in my life. It was so difficult, and I was so tired, and like it just took all of my strength to go, but I wanted to achieve it so bad. And I kept seeing the people around me, and I was like, they're working so hard to complete this goal as well. And I've been training for so many months, and I just can't give up. Not now. And so I ran the rest of the marathon. I had an idea. I thought that I would, at my best, run the marathon in 4 hours and 30 minutes. I thought anywhere between 4 hours and 30 minutes to 5.5 hours. I really didn't want to get past 5 hours, but I was not about the time. I was just about completing it. And with that walking, it set me back 10-15 minutes. And I ended up completing the marathon in 4 hours and 46 minutes, which is 16 minutes more than if it was my best day at my, just everything going well. I knew I would, if I would have slept, I would have absolutely finished in 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Maybe even sooner than that, because I was way ahead of the 10-minute mile pacing. And then when I was walking, the 10-minute mile pacing caught up to me. And then I was able, after, even with walking for that 10-15 minutes, I was able to catch back up. But then, you're just so tired, and I just couldn't. I had to let it go. My pacing was still under 11 minutes for the whole marathon, but yeah, it was so crazy. And literally, I was like half a mile to go, and my sister calls me, and I was like, I can't go anymore. And she was like, you got this. You're almost there. I'm like, I can't run anymore. Like, I was in so much pain. She's like, you've been running for over 4 hours. You can do a few more minutes. And it just felt like, when I saw the finish line, it felt like an eternity. That was the longest part of the whole marathon. But when I finished, I was crying hysterically. They grabbed me. They thought I needed assistance because they thought I was sick, but I wasn't sick. I was just overjoyed, and I've been very emotional ever since because I did it, I didn't think I could deep down, and then I did. I wanted to so bad, but there was doubts. but I did it. And I know that I could do any marathon at this point. I'm in excruciating pain right now. My legs hurt. My whole body hurts. My friends were there at the marathon, and that was great. That was so nice. Thank you for everybody that came out. Thank you. And everybody who reached out to me. Thank you too. It was amazing. It was so good. And I did it. Check that off the bucket list. So, where do I go from now? I am going to keep running. And I think I'm going to keep doing these videos. Why not? I'll keep checking in with you. And I don't think I'll be as emotional as I am right now. But it was good. It was really good. And I'm just so happy. So, anyone who wants to do their first marathon, you can do it. I started with 2 miles. And I ran 26. So, I am signing off for tonight. Go to bed. Finally sleep for the first time in like, I don't know how many hours it's been. But, okay. See ya.